What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Quake 2. Guess what, guys? We finally get to blow up the big gun. Yay! Because we've been staring at it since the intro of the game. We've been wanting so desperately to just blow the crap out of the thing. And so apparently once that thing has been eliminated, we can commence an airstrike because there will be no anti-air anymore. So, great tactics there, Strog. Just set up all of your AA in one gun. The biggest, most noticeable gun in the whole freaking place, and then once that's gone, you have nothing left. But seriously though, I mean, in all actuality, the Strog do have quite a diverse set of anti-air weapons, but we don't really see a whole lot of that in this game. And in Quake 4, on the other hand, we do. But in Quake 4, there are no other big guns like this. So this is like the only one on the planet. We never have to deal with this again. We're able to drop in just fine in Quake 4, except for a few homing missiles, which are the bane of everyone who plays Nid Software Games' existence. Anyway, without further ado, it's time to blow this thing up. This is going to be a really short level, because basically all we have to do is fight a mini-boss, and then run to the end, and that's basically it. So let's go fight that mini-boss. Up here is where we have to go to, we don't have to go up here, but this is a nice place to go to fight the guy. I can't remember what he's called exactly, but he's airborne like the sentries that are following him there, or whatever those guys are called. I guess they're flyers. Chain gun is going to be good against killing them, but I ain't doing damage to him at the same time. I'm probably going to switch to the Hyper Blaster or the Railgun soon enough. And despite the fact that he's big and intimidating and he has double rocket launchers, he's actually not that hard to hit, despite the fact that he's an airborne target. So I dispatched him rather quickly. But his double rocket launchers are actually pretty easy to dodge. You just have to get in the pattern of matching them as they fire. But now that's taken care of, we can now get through the rest of this area, which is going to be just guarded by light units that will be easy to kill, as per usual. So, yeah, that was pretty much their first and last line of defense when it came to protecting the big gun. I suppose it was their last line of defense when it comes to if you count everything we already had to go through to get to the damn thing. But all these guys, I suppose are just there to maintain and operate the big gun itself. I suppose we were pretty lucky to have gotten here. Let's see, I want to eliminate all the resistance before I hit the button, because we're going to have to run out of here in quite a hurry before the thing blows up. And of course, like any good large object that needs to be blown up, it has its own big, obvious do not push self-destruct button that we can push in the typical cliche. So let's go ahead and run to the escape pods and get the hell out of here. And it blows up, yay. Well, that was the shortest unit of all. Yeah, like I said, that was going to be a short one. It's basically just to show this, basically the whole reason why they transitioned to the next unit right here, so they can show the crater that the big gun left, and that then we can now commence a bombing run with whatever dudes didn't get shot down in their flying coffins. Because supposedly this is supposed to be like a desperate assault, like we absolutely needed this to happen. We needed this to work as far as the Quake fiction goes. I mean, if this is the only game in the series you know of, or even if you're just aware of Quake 1 and 2, then the fiction of this war is going to be completely irrelevant to you, because this is a whole new story that doesn't pertain to Quake 1 at all, so... And now we have to go blow up this thing called the Black Hole Generator. Wonder if that's at all related to the Dark Matter Generator. But, yeah, the Strogs still sure have some random technology just lying around waiting to be used. Another rocket launcher here if you need to get that for whatever reason. But this is actually a really cool level. I quite like this level because there's a lot of nice alternate paths that are not too obscure, and they're also not too stupid. Like, I can genuinely recommend going through some of these alternate paths. I have a full 50 rockets too. That's quite a bit actually. Because, for instance, we can, over here, after dealing with these guys, of course, there is a switch over there where we can release a bridge where we can cross over there. Like so. There we go. Or we can jump off this bridge, which I'm going to save before doing, of course. And we can jump down here, which there are some of the shark piranha things in the water that want to eat our face. But we can go this way. This is a bonus area that loops around to the beginning. If you accidentally were to fall down here, you have a way of getting back up. Should barely dodge that guy right there. Yep, it leads right back up to where we came from. But I don't want to go that way right now. I want to actually go back out here. All flies have already surrounded the dead bodies. That's another nice touch about this game's corpses that I don't know if I mentioned before, is that if you leave a corpse unexploded for a little while, flies will start to gather around, and that's a nice attention to detail that was not in a lot of old games at the time. Right here, there's a fan down there that will kill us if we go down here before destroying it. So I want to do that before we can go down into this secret area, which is the alternate path through the level to get to the other side here. Nice yellow armor over here, and this leads to a secret area, which will then therefore lead to a secret level. Now this ladder up here I believe leads back into the level, but I want to go over to this tower first before moving on too far. But there's a tank in our way, of course. Shot his arm clean off, which for whatever reason caused him to keel over and die, as it would. But there's an elevator here, and when we step onto the elevator, it will take us up to... Now, I don't know what happened there, I just kind of fell off the damn thing. But we gotta wait for it to come back down again. This will take us up to, of all the random ways to fail, this will take us up to a secret level, the second of the secret levels that I know of. There might be more that I'm not aware of, but this and the one where we got the double barrel shotgun are the only ones that I'm aware of. But this one is actually really cool and really unique, because this started the whole trend of the zero gravity, or low gravity at least, levels in Quake games, and that became its own multiplayer type in Quake Arena, to where we're jumping around like we're on the moon, and it's really quite cool. Basically, I guess our objective is to destroy this space station, and if we close the hangar here, we won't be able to be sucked out there. So some stuff over here we can collect. But yeah, all of the enemies up here are going to be flying enemies, because that's the only way they can maintain control, is if, you know, because if they didn't, I guess they didn't feel like programming the ground enemies for zero gravity to have like the floating corpses and everything. So naturally, all the enemies are the airborne guys, the flyers, the Icarus, the Sentry, and the mini boss we fought earlier as well, later on. Same ways as usual dealing with them. The chain gun, the hyper blaster, and the railgun are all really good. What the heck is that? Oh, it's another flyer stuck there. But this, like I said, this is really fun because of how enhanced our jump height is, and how we just kind of glide around everywhere. It's also kind of impractical because we can't really jump to dodge attacks anymore, because we just float around when we do so. But yeah, I missed this level quite a few times going through this game, so I'm glad I was able to get it this time through. Oh, and your grenades are not affected by gravity nearly as much. They'll fly way off into the distance because they just sort of, there's nothing stopping them. They just keep going. So yeah, they're not. I would say they're not as good, but they might be. It might be effective at range in different ways. I'm not sure. I just kind of avoid using them just because I'm afraid of them not hitting their target, which they don't follow the same arcing trajectory anymore. That's a nice touch, a nice attention to detail there. They kept into account that the grenades, their arcing trajectory has a lot to do with gravity. Oh, yawn, sorry about that. Now we're up here, we destroyed that panel for those force fields. So now I guess we can move on to the other hangar. But I discovered this level the first time I played through the game, and then a couple more times when I played it, I reached the end of the game and I was like, wait a minute, where's that cool space station level with the zero gravity? I thought that was right before the end. What happened to it? And I missed it a couple times, so this time I'm glad I was able to show it for the recording, because I'd like to be able to get as close to a complete run as I can with this game, even though after playing it so many times I still don't know everything about it. It's just one of my favorite games, so I have to record it. Okay, over here is where we're going to leave, as you can see by the elevator over here being similar to the one we came in on. I suppose it's a teleporter more than it is an elevator, because I don't think we can ride an elevator all the way into space. This isn't the Oni Orbital Defense Grid. Because that elevator worked out so well. Okay, so I think we have to go back and fight that mini-boss. I mean, I don't have this level very well memorized because I've only done it a few times during my test runs. So I'm not entirely sure about what our objective is here. But I know over here we gotta fight that mini-boss again. Then there's some switches we gotta activate, so let's go take him on. With whatever weapon I decide to use. Wherever, there he is. We can use the quad damage and some rockets on him. And there we go, that didn't take long. Yeah, the quad damage is just so broken. Had I thought about it a little bit more, I might have considered banning the quad damage from this run just to make it more fair. The nice thing about this level is, though, is we can't take fall damage. And there's another railgun down here, which we always appreciate. Well, yeah, here's our objective actually for this room. We gotta jump up here and hit these switches on the ceiling, which has gotta be the most impractical thing ever. I mean, without any, well, then again, without any on-foot personnel up here, the robots could probably just fly up there and touch them. But you know, what in the world were they thinking? I mean, it's cool for the whole physics gimmick thing, though. I really like this level. I like when they throw in a curveball at you when the game is starting to become monotonous. They keep it fresh just at the right time when it needs to be. But that's all for this super cool bonus level. Now we can actually head back to the real level that we were busy with before. Take the space elevator teleporter thingy real quick, and off we go.